Hi guys, welcome to this review. 1-1 finished. So yeah, I'm getting into this review. But before I get into this review, if you like, subscribe to the channel for more Arsenal reviews and previews. And what am I saying? Without further, let's just get into the review. So, looking at team lineups, I predicted our lineup. Our lineup looked exactly how I thought it was going to be, to be fair. No, normal lineup, same team from the last Premier League game against Man United. Same team, all 11 players. And yeah, lineup, we had a strong lineup going into this game. That was definitely an attacking lineup. Right players in right positions. Looking at Palace's lineup, they started up with a 4-3-3. Um, can't seem to get my words out. Luka Milivojevic was mostly missing because he had a red card in the FA Cup, which for us, usually he always scores against us and it's usually a penalty. So he didn't get that goal, but they started with Kuyate instead in Milojevic's position. So they played like a 4-3-3. But yeah, going into the actual game, first 20 minutes of the game, we dominated. We had nearly like 85% possession. We had a lot of possession in that first half. Palace were not pressing. Palace were not doing anything really. And and a good play from David Luiz to find Özil space. Özil drops it back to Lacazette. Lacazette holds up the ball, and Aubameyang makes a perfect run, and Lacazette slips it through. And as soon as Aubameyang has that first touch, I knew he was going to finish it because Aubameyang, we know, he's a very good finisher. So I always knew that goal was going in the back of the net. So we scored that, and we carried on dominating after that goal. After that goal, we carried on dominating. We carried on dominating in the first half. The only thing is we needed that. We needed the second goal. We dominated the possession. We didn't really create many chances somehow. There was a good bit of play from Pepe on down the right. He absolutely sold Gary Cahill dream, but the touch was too heavy. Got it past him, and then the goalie came and picked it up. But as I said, first half, and then towards this end of the first half, Palace started to pick up some momentum. They started to press further up the pitch. Ayew was leading that press and started to close us down and cause us problem at the end of the first half. But we stuck in. We stuck in and we went into half time 1-0 up. And obviously looking for that second goal. The second half, Palace started out the stronger team, to be perfectly honest. But we obviously know that we have the quality to just get a goal out of nowhere. So we're going for the goal. A bit of an unfortunate play, and Ayew finds himself in the box. He takes a shot with his left foot. It wasn't going in, but it took a heavy deflection off David Luiz, and it bamboozled Leno. Leno was so confused after the deflection, and it went in. A bit of an unlucky goal to concede. Just an Ayew shot and a massive deflection off David Luiz, but it is what it is. We had the firepower on the pitch to turn the game around. One major thing that I forgot to mention that happened half time, which I think kind of went in Palace's favour, was the fact that Torreira had to be subbed off at half time. I think maybe there was some sort of little injury and they didn't want to risk Torreira. And they took off Torreira and put in Guendouzi. And from that point, our midfield wasn't as solid because Torreira and Xhaka just had this partnership where they play really well together. If you take one of them out, it doesn't feel right. And when we took off Torreira, I had the feeling that the midfield wasn't going to be as strong, and it wasn't. Guendouzi is not like your natural ball winner. He likes to get the ball and drive forward, which kind of leaves a gap and leaves Xhaka exposed on his own. But yes, after the IU goal, we tried pushing on for a goal, and we started creating down some chance. Well, not started to create some chance. We started to get the ball, trying to move forward. But then, probably the big moment of the match, Aubameyang goes for a tackle, and he kind of, if you see the angle, you see the way Max Meyer's ankle looks after. Yeah, that was pretty bad challenge. But the thing that annoys me is initially the referee gave Aubameyang a yellow card, but of course they had to check VAR. And once I saw it on VAR, I could understand why the red card was given. That was a pretty bad challenge. It forced Meyer off the pitch. Aubameyang went and his studs into his leg, and you could see just Meyer's ankle just went a whole nother way. So yeah, it was a pretty bad challenge. And the only thing that annoys me is the fact that that decision was made due to VAR. And just VAR is just rubbish anyway, because we all know. Considering from if you look at last night's game, Declan Rice he couldn't do anything about that handball, and that cost them a point, which was a shame for West Ham because that was a really good game. But as I said, yeah, now Aubameyang was originally given a yellow, it got upgraded to a red, and now he's going to miss the next 3 games, which are 3 big games. To be fair, we got Aubameyang will miss Sheffield United at home, Bournemouth in the FA Cup, and the big one, the one that probably gets to me the most, and the game that annoys me the most, the fact that Aubameyang won't be playing, is Chelsea away. Because I feel like that Chelsea game is the game to get revenge on them after what happened a couple of games ago. But knowing for that game we won't have our best player, it's gonna be tough going to Stamford Bridge without Aubameyang. But I know it's nothing to do with the game, but hopefully we can get that win against Chelsea. But then yeah, we pushed on for a goal. But after that, as soon as Aubameyang got sent off, we brought on Martinelli. Um, that we weren't gonna really get a goal because Aubameyang weren't on the pitch. They weren't, and we took off Özil, so there weren't much creativity. Relied on Lacazette, Pepe, and Brian Martin just chase down the ball, and maybe just press and force a mistake. But Palace were really solid in the second half. And yeah, Palace they create chances towards the end. They had a couple of penalty appeals, but Zaha, yeah, was just looking for them. And then another big moment of the game. Can't remember how it came across now. But Socrates made a goal line clearance. The ball nearly went over, and as Maitland-Niles tried to clear it, there were claims he cleared off his hand. It was perfectly fine. So yeah, 1 point at the end of this. Not the greatest point in the world. We really should have won. And I feel like in that moment of domination, right at the start, we should have got more than a goal. So soon after the Aubameyang goal, we should have pushed on for another goal. But yeah, Palace grew into the game and they got their lucky equaliser, as we should say, because it took off that massive deflection of David Luiz. So, moving into our next game against Sheffield United at home. We all know Sheffield United are a tough, tough team. But hopefully, even without Aubameyang, we'll play Martinelli or Nelson. And hopefully, we carry on the same intensity that we had at the start and we score more than 1 goal, because even though it's going to be hard, the Sheffield United defence is really, really good. So it's going to be a very tough game next week. And then after Sheffield United, we've got Chelsea. That's the big game I'm looking forward to. That's the big game where I want to win. I want to win every game, but that Chelsea game, there's just more to it because of what happened at the Emirates. So yeah, if you like this review, like, subscribe. A longer review than usual, but I'm gonna try and make these longer. And yeah, peace. If I can take it off.